Sharon Moncrief, a domestic violence survivor and advocate whose abuse started at the young age of 16 years old, has launched an organization called Women of Refined Gold, Inc., also known as WORG, based out of Montgomery, Alabama. The organization provides local resources, classes, and other support surrounding domestic violence. Here to give us more insight on this story is Onyx News correspondent Lanine Hanai. Lanine, this is another example of taking a very unique life experience and turning it into something positive and helpful for others. Give us the backstory on how she came about creating this organization.
Yeah, well, good afternoon, Nietzsche. Thank you so much. And definitely, Sharon was just a teenager when her boyfriend began abusing her. And it was a physical and verbal abuse that continued for 17 years. So she finally found the courage to leave with her three daughters, okay? And she made it her mission to help other women to do the same and to provide a safe haven for them to retreat to. So domestic violence is one of those things that is so rarely discussed and often overlooked as not being a priority issue. But the fact of the matter is, Nietzsche, that every 9 seconds, a woman is beaten or assaulted in the U.S. alone. That doesn't include men. It doesn't even include children, just women. And the expenses accumulated from domestic violence cases amount to more than $37 billion a year. So
Well, now
Sharon, as she said,
give me some insight on what some would say are some of the signs of abuse.
yeah, and that's one of the things that Sharon likes to teach through her organization because she definitely believes that this is a priority issue and it should be treated as a priority issue. So one of the things that she teaches is the signs of domestic violence, and some of those primary signs that you can look out for is isolation, humiliation, being with somebody that has an explosive temper, if they're extremely jealous, if they're dominant or controlling, somebody that threatens to harm themselves if you say you're going to leave, if they're constantly obsessively calling you or texting you when you're not in their presence, being forced into unwanted sexual acts, or trying to control what you wear, who you're friends with, where you go. Those are some of the major signs that you can look out for. And one of the things that I just want to bring to the table as we talk about this backstory is the age that she was when this abuse began. She was 16 years old. I mean, she was still a girl. She was still a school age girl. And it really begs the question, where were the adults in her life? Why weren't they paying attention? Why didn't they see the signs? And so as you're looking for these signs, not only for yourself, but pay attention to your friends, to your family members, to the young ladies that are around you as well.
Well, this organization, one thing that's awesome about this is that they continue to provide education and empower victims and survivors of domestic violence. Sharon also adds that our silence is by far the worst action possible towards these situations. Not speaking up about abuse now rather than later can lead to fatal endings for most victims. So we salute you, to Sharon, on this organization. And again, this is a story where someone has taken lemons and made lemonade. As always, Lanine, thank you for awesome reporting.